What's up? What's up? What's up? Lab today. If you're watching the replay, we're gonna just try to end the fourth quarter off the way we want to. We're in control of what happens. So I'm in the shop getting some things together. I got quite a few jobs to do. I'm still trying to find my mojo, getting back and printing. Um, Talking to one of you guys on Instagram right now. It's like after the last job, I need an auto. I need an auto after the last job. Um, and then I'm kind of just sitting here talking like, yeah, you know what? I'll grow the shop if I have a great employee. Like if I find somebody to work with me, to partner with me on this thing, or I can find somebody to hire. But ultimately, they gotta pretty much run the business themselves. That's really the problem. Like, let's say the business, they have to run production. And being able to teach it and just like you want to be in this. In my opinion, or what I'm struggling to find, because it is a lot of work. Everybody wants to print until they're printing. Um, but ultimately, I think after last week's job, and I got like a 230 piece, but it's not front and back. Like one was 300 front and back on one colors, but that was like 1200, and then you're doing two impressions each. You know what I'm saying? Like the math gets higher and higher, right? So I was charged like 600 shirts because I had to do front and back at 300, and then I'm doing two passes each. So then that was 1200. So then if you think about a pass, that's three actual flood print per flood print. That's what I be doing usually. So that's actually 3,600 strokes, and that's not to mention if you got to go back over it a couple times or something. You know what I'm saying? So being able to look at some of that stuff, I'm like, bruh, all right. The reason I wanted to come live right now is because I wanted to talk to you guys pretty much about that, right? Like, my response was like, this is a great business for cash to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a good business that can fund other businesses, can fund the lifestyle, can fund businesses for where I am. And that's okay for me, right? So, doing, 6 figures and maybe to $250,000, I think is manageable if you're dedicated to this business, right? To do it yourself, right? If you're dedicated to this, I think it's way more manageable for a single person or like husband, wife, whatever. With help, you can go a lot more. You can go a lot further in a sense. Have you diversified your operations into the food industry? That's kind of what I'm talking about, right? Like, yes, I have a little bit. I'm in the beginning of getting into some different things. So with the food truck, doing marketing right now and expanding the partnership as we expand the brand, partnering the next truck and just doing some other things and stuff like that. And then ultimately, I think a year or so, I want to open up a breakfast truck. I'm thinking, right? And so this business here is a great one, but as much as I enjoy doing the printing, I make more money doing other things, which makes it like other things that are way less physical, if that makes sense. So I'm not in here having to print, right? Where I do love production, my time is not used in production. You know what I mean? And so I will continue to print stuff like that because I think it's a great business, and as far as like the turnaround and how easy it is. But I'm very picky, and I'm here, but I'm not really here. Like, I'm not promoting. A lot of you guys get to that point where you got enough business, you don't need to promote. You sustain it, right? And for me, I'm kind of in that boat, and I know time-wise, I cannot take more work, or I'm gonna not be doing some of the other things that I'm working on. Keeping it going. Hope, congrats, man. Hope you also make vids on. I am on my personal page, so I've been working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes. But yes, I will be talking about making that move and like showing kind of behind the scenes on my personal Instagram. I don't know what if I'll make it to YouTube, but I'm also helping some other businesses like the food truck and marketing and stuff like that too. So I'm finding my way as great as I am marketing, but like maybe like a launch specialist, like that's kind of what I want to focus on, I think. But nonetheless, I will be hopefully getting a food truck in a year or so, if maybe sooner. But my idea is to open a breakfast truck individually outside of the chicken stuff. It's been fun to say the least, and I haven't even done half of it that I want to do yet, which is the beauty about my skill set or whatever the case is. But ultimately, I wanted to come live right now to talk to you guys about, like, yo, this is the fourth quarter. Like, where's your year? Thinking back to the beginning of the year, things that you wanted to do in the place that you wanted to hit, the goals, the revenue amounts. Like, now's the time to take a brief snapshot, because ultimately you get to decide how to finish off the year. For me, last year I was in a good place where I packed up and I was like, yo, I took the murder machine home, and I'm like, bro, I'm not working holiday. And so, good idea, bad idea, I don't know, but in comparison to where I was, I'm not where I believe I need to be, right? But considering the things that I worked on, I love where I am right now, because a lot of the things that I planted seeds for are now finally about to break ground. And I signed up my first corporate marketing client in the industry out since I got blackballed by Supercolor and Matt from Pro World and all that stuff. So I've actually signed my first corporate client. I'm still on the road doing shows. I got a show this weekend in New Jersey, and then we finish out the year in North Carolina. I'm still doing exactly what I was doing before. So that's one piece of it. Well, what I have decided to do is to put that work kind of on autopilot. Like, as you guys kind of who've been around, you guys know I never really cared about the views and all of that kind of stuff, more so the impact. So I want to be very strategic in where the focus is. My focus is on helping, you guys out there who want to get to a higher revenue goal, clean up the business. I gotta actually do a call it's not an onboarding call, but a call in tomorrow. I gotta do a call tomorrow with somebody who is struggling to, like, they're paying $2,200 to an ads person to bring them leads. They figure they need more leads, but they still can't figure out what's wrong. Let's clean, like, we're gonna clean that up, right? So inside the print shop, created the six-figure printer blueprint and the six-figure printer club to be a network and a resource to businesses, people who focus, and that's completely separate from T-shirt side hustle. Although it kind of flows like T-shirt side hustle, the marketing all for it, but like I couldn't. I was dead. I was tired. It was not much more how-to content to make. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I could have unboxed a bunch more products, but it got boring. It got pointless. It got useless, and I didn't feel like at that time, where I am now or where things are going in the world, is like people don't need more of that type of content. It's of abundance now. It wasn't when I started. Now it is. But the part that people need actual help with and understanding for is, how do you build this thing up to a certain revenue point, right? And for a lot of us, it's just like, bro, how can I make this my full-time gig, right? How do I go from making a little bit of money to my full-time gig? That's where a lot of my YouTube audience is. On the corporate side, the conversation we have is like, yo, how can we get this to $500,000, right? Like, what is the process of doing that, and what's the time frame that we're getting on? I got a product getting ready to launch. I'm super excited about. I know some of you guys out there will support me. It's pretty cool, but it's not even necessarily for you guys. But is for the craft market, but it is for screen printing, right? So if you're doing live print, want to do live printing, these would be the perfect setup for you. Just different things that I'm trying to put in place. That thing is ready to go. The prototypes are in. Actually, I got one here. This right here was the first prototype. This is the baby. We got a bigger one. Don't worry about it. But this right here is called a craft press kit, all branded, named, designed by Ranar. Pops over at Ranar took that, or Dad, I'm sorry. Dad over at Ranar took care of this build out, but we came into it with the vision, right? And then I branded it up. It comes with an ink line. You know, I'm having meetings about getting this picked up by potentially some of the biggest distributors that I've always worked with, but I'm now getting to bring something and work with them in a different capacity. The open category, right? And this wasn't my focus. My focus was the yo, Samity Sam, I'm on live, so don't say nothing crazy. I could see that video. I was running the printer. Oh, yeah, the design. How do I duplicate this joint on here? Cause I got like a little small left chest. What do you mean duplicate? So I put the little left chest on there. It's 4x1. How do I put more of these joints in the board? Cause I don't see like a copy. Oh, what do you need to put more on the board? Because it's charging me. So how is it charged? Is it per linear inch? It's per the actual. That's an embroidery. No, this is left chest. DTF? Left chest DTF? Yeah. Yeah, it's charging you. There's a quantity number. Just put the quantity, the number that you want of that design. Yeah, I got that, but 50 cents. What's the? How you doing them now? Because it said 65 cents is the minimum price. All right. That 50 cents that you see is your discount. You get a built-in discount. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to submit the file for, I'm figuring out how I'm gonna submit the file. But all right, I'm about to change it now. All right, figure it out. All right. All right, cool. All right. I'm gonna title myself. But yeah, I forgot where I was, yo. Anyway, so we're going to move on because that just threw me off. I'm gonna just tie this thing myself because it's not paying extra for the forge design, but so I'll make sure that it is. I don't forget how many I need. My bad. But yeah, so being able to figure out, based on you, where you want to, like, that is so important for us to consider, for us to think about, like, for you, how do you figure out if you are where you want to be? Any of that stuff, it all matters. It is all so important. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to understand that you get to decide the answer to that. You get to decide what is that you want to get done, where you want to be. You get to analyze it, and I get to look back at my year and saying, you know what? I was hoping at the beginning of the year to hit this goal. But considering I thought this build out of stuff that I'm working on, considering I thought build out was going to take me 2 months and it took me like 6, I got to put it in retrospect, right? Things are always going to take longer. This product is going to take longer than I anticipate. I would like to have it done tomorrow, but things are going to take time. And you understand and you plan and you figure that piece out. Then at that point, you can plan for where you want to be in the future. Like, I don't know how to explain how much important that is, but sometimes you just got to step back, analyze what's going on, and try to make a dedicated plan to get you to where you want to be. And you got to be okay with that, right? Like, Some of you guys are like, yo, I want to run this business, and yo, I want to get rich off of it. Well, what if this isn't the business that's going to make you rich? What if this is just the lessons that you need to learn to go open a fucking food truck or something, right? To jump into another business, to figure out what parts you're good at, right? Maybe you figuring out like, bro, you know, I'm no good at marketing. All right, but I can fulfill a product, right? When I see the food truck, I'm like, bro, they can fulfill a product, I can market. Is it going to be consistently open? Is it going to be flavored the same? Oh, all right, cool. Do we got workers? Can we get shifts? Can we step up what we doing? Oh yeah, we can. All right, cool. Then I market. I mean, I can pour gasoline on the fire. Some of you guys are trying to pour gasoline on goddamn sticks and wondering why it's not taking off. This shit ain't even ignited. And then what happens is you go to light the shit and it sets you on fire because the shit is everywhere at this point. Yeah, Miami turning up another night. That was a great analogy. I might use that again. I hope this is making sense to y'all. I don't want to just talk to y'all over y'all head. What's the math? 16 by 1.3. Let me see what that comes out. Calculator. 16 times 1.3 equals times 0.3. 62 cents. Yo.
Yo, if you try to make a game, wait, just submit the stuff to me before because I need to make the changes so I can make the design area 20 inches wide and then as long as possible. I really try to stay away from game sheet. I didn't want to do that. Better for the customer to make it by individual designs.
Yeah, I know, but the calculator is off because it's by square inch. So if it's not above a certain
size, it's supposed to be by square inch.
By.
It's by charging it times 4. Well, you got a discount.
Yeah, no.
So the calculator don't start the minimum inch wide. I don't care what the price is. If the square inch coming in lower than 65 cents, it's coming up at 65 cents.
Right. That's where like for the left chest, the gang sheets, that's where it's like, all right, let me at least gang it up at first. It makes sense?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So if you gang it, you think you're going to come out with a better price.
You come out, yeah, because I'm paying 65 cents for one versus this line right here, 4 of them is 65 cents. So under a certain square inch, whatever that boundary is, the left chest end up costing more. This is it's minuscule, but that's how you look at it. I already, yeah, I'm about to do it now. I ganged it up. Yeah. We in Miami turning up another night. All right, 1.4. I gotta figure out how many I do. That's what I'm trying to figure out how many I need. I got a meeting at 10:47. I need to set this other meeting. His name Mike. Mike, I don't know if it's stupid. All right, that works. Now let me upload that. DTF. Upload. We in Miami turning up a night. Now watch this. So this is 66 cents for 4 of them, right? Then if I come back, the other one was 65 cents, one of them. So now I put 4 in. Bow. We good. I'm not paying extra, dog. I do got something else, but I'm not ready for it. I can get ready for it. What up? Marcel, every time I be saying your name, and I ain't never said it because I don't want to be disrespectful because, you know, some people be crazy about their names. But I think about Marcy Projects, I'll be like, what's up, Marcy? Marcy. But what up, bro? Defended. You know, I mean, well. All right, let's try this now. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna do a DTF and oh, he gave me one with a border, one without a border. Let me go at the bottom. So this is what I'm working on right here, right? Now. Good. So I'm a DTF. So I'm a DTF this right here. I don't like this juice, so I'm gonna do it easy, clean up real quick. Get busy with that, but I want to do it like this. Like this to be, maybe I don't want to do this on the side. No. Kind of is the same size as that almost. Maybe on the side. Yeah, man, you turning up a night. Alright, let's get busy with that. Alright, so what I'm doing, I'm gonna print these. So I'm gonna do this in DTF, but I need to leave the space for it to sit. I don't like that. So I don't want it to have to sit there perfectly, but I want it to be able to be there. See what I'm saying? One thing I really don't like is these freaking A's, but maybe. So this is gonna be a DTF print. So let's copy that. So that should be sized exactly the way it is there. So we're just gonna go file new. No way. No way that got be fixed. No way. No way. That is what it is. Alright. No. Yeah, my turning up another now. So what we're gonna do 10 minutes for my meeting. Perfect. See how I can condense that in there? Y'all ain't seeing game mastery going down right now. You know what? Actually, I need something else. I'll just do that in a second. This design really sucks. I mean, it ain't bad, but the UI is fucking horrible. The UI to this is horrible. Oh, right? And make it smaller. To be a baller, shot callers when it's big. Yeah, Miami going up and down. All right. All right, I got it.